That afternoon, I boarded a plane, flew out of Alabama, saw Dr. James Andrews, world-renowned physician, but I didn't have to see Dr. Andrews. His secretary walks in, do my paperwork. She looks at my knee and says, "Oh, you got an infection. You got to get that cleaned up." What do you mean I got an infection? Oh, you don't know anything. You the damn secretary. What do you know? I've been seeing the Cleveland Browns, Cleveland Clinic, the world-renowned Cleveland Clinics, top physician, top ortho guy every day. You don't know what you're talking about. 5 minutes later, Dr. Andrews walks in. He looks at my knee, doesn't have to touch it. He says, "You got an infection, you got to get that cleaned up." In his southern twang. Something along the line, "Yeah, boy, you got an infection, you got to get that damn thing cleaned up." Whatever the hell he said. I knew when he said infected and cleaned up, what I was going to have to go through again. He wasn't going to touch it. He said, "Nah, I don't want to mess with that." You know, when you are a person in life that's worked yourself into to be held in such high regard, you don't want to take on nobody else's mess up. So he wished me well and sent me out the door. Go up to New York to see Dr. Russell Warren. He's the head NFL physician over all NFL doctors. He's also just so happens to be a New York Giants team doctor. See Russ. Russ's nurse, who's his right-hand lady, walks in and says, Lois is her name. Lois says, "Oh, you got an infection." I said, "Lois, are you serious?" He said, "Yeah, but let Russ tell you. He's the expert." Russ comes in, same thing. Takes a swab, cultures it, sends it to the lab, says you gotta get this cleaned up. Had another surgery, another operation in New York, more surgery. I stayed in the hospital in New York for 2 weeks. Another pig line put in. By that time, this medicine that they're giving me is called vancomycin. It's similar to bleach, quite frankly. And for so long, I was on it that when I would wake up in the morning to urinate, it was red. Because my body at that time, my livers, my kidneys were starting to shut down. Because I was putting this poison in my body repeatedly. Now, in life, you're only supposed to have a cycle of a drug like vancomycin. In a 3-month period, I've had 2 cycles. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So, I come back, and I'm in Cleveland. They wanted me to stay the whole time up there. I said, no, it's getting too close to the holidays, and I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to spend that type of time in the hospital again. So they set me up at University Hospital. I sat in my basement for 5 weeks. Literally, I sat in my basement for 5 weeks and played video games and did my medicine myself. During this entire period of time, I haven't spoken with anyone. I haven't had a letter of well wish, hey, how you doing? Anything from my beloved Cleveland Browns. So, once everything was said and done, I finally got my infection cleared up. I finally started to get to the point where I can start rehabbing again. Dr. Warren says, look, LeCharles, you'll be lucky if you ever in life again walk without a limp. So as far as football, you can forget about it. Go buy a boat and go fish. I said, Russ, I'm a city boy. I don't know nothing about fishing. I don't even like worms.